Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a separate video for Valentine's Day. The reading will be good for Valentine's Day, but also I think for the majority for the whole week of Valentine's. In this particular video, I'm doing Aries through to Virgo. And then I will do the second video, which will be from Libra through to Pisces. Now, I've pulled each of you 3 cards from the Gilded Tarot. And for each of you also, I've pulled a Romance Oracle card. Now, some of the Oracle cards will collaborate what the 3 Gilded Tarot cards are telling you. But for some of you, it may indeed be a separate message altogether. Now, starting with Aries, your Romance Oracle card is True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Now, for some of you, Aries, this could mean that you have already met somebody, and that this true love message is now applying to. But for some of you, it could be talking about somebody that is yet to enter your life. Now, your 3 cards are the 2 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Chariot. What I think these 3 cards are talking about, yes, for some of you, that Queen of Swords could be talking about another person, a possible air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The 2 of Swords is about needing to make a decision here. And the Chariot talks about forward movement. You being in control of that chariot and you steering it in the direction you want it to go into. The Queen of Swords also is somebody that generally, when describing the Queen of Swords, she's somebody that's on her own. And she's somebody that's gone through a lot of sadness and a lot of suffering in her life. And it's made her very wise. She uses the sword to speak her truth and also to gain clarity and a better understanding of something. Yes, as I said, for some of you, the Queen of Swords could be representing another person with whom this true love card may apply. But what I feel the overall message is that some of you, Aries, have gone through breakups. And you've gone through this period of pain and sadness. And I think the 2 of Swords is you knowing that you need to make a decision here. You either stay as you are and stay single, or you make a decision here to move your life in a new direction that could open you up to meeting this true love. But I think for a lot of you, because of what you've been through, because of some heartbreak that you've been through, I think at the moment you're quite reluctant here. And that's why with that 2 of Swords, you've got that blindfold on. And the 2 of Swords, it can talk about how the emotion has been taken out of this. And it's more about the person using the logic here. And maybe because you're using your logic rather than your emotions, it's been putting you in this position where you don't want to put yourself back in a situation with somebody new that may actually bring heartbreak and sadness to you. But the thing is, unless you start to move forward and you leave that heartbreak in the past, you're not going to be able to bring in this true love. Now, moving on to Taurus. You have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So, you know, the message with that card, it could be for some of you, Taurus. As I said, it can be a separate message, but this card can be talking about the person you're with. You may very well feel this soulmate connection with them, okay? Your three cards are the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles normally is about holding on to something. It could be that you're holding on to this particular person. With the Three of Wands there, it's often about waiting for that ship to come in, waiting to see results on something. And then we have that King of Pentacles there, which, Taurus, it could be you being an earth sign, but it could be another Taurus as well as a Virgo or a Capricorn. And it could be for some of you that at the moment there may be a distance between you both. You know, maybe you are in different parts of the country. Maybe you are separated, you know, more internationally in complete different countries. And it may be with that Four of Pentacles that you're holding on to this relationship and you're holding on to this other person. The King of Pentacles as well, he's not the sort of person that kind of falls for bad apples, if you like. He takes his time. He doesn't naturally rush into relationships. And he's not generally the sort of person that just jumps in and out of relationships. He likes to feel grounded and he likes to feel secure. I feel this is more talking about somebody that you are either have been in a relationship with for some time, or maybe for some of you, you've just met somebody and, you know, you're holding on to this relationship. You're not prepared to let this person go. It could, as I said, very well be another earth sign, but it doesn't have to be. But I do feel that it is possible for some of you that there may be a distance between you. Or for some of you, you may be choosing to take your time here because you're waiting to see the results of how this relationship is going to work out. But if we link the Romance Oracle card there, it is saying that this person is your soulmate. For some of you, it may be that you have met somebody, but with that Four of Pentacles energy, you're choosing not to completely open yourself up to that other person at the moment. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, you have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And this card really is talking about, I guess, you focusing on the type of person that you may wish to be in a relationship with. And if you kind of put it out there to the universe, then that can help bring this person to you and bring you together. Now, the cards that you have are the Page of Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Swords is often referred to as the Truth card. And it may be for some of you that you are needing to speak your truth here to another individual. It may be that you're hoping to hear something from somebody else, because the Page can be a messenger and the Swords does deal with communication. The Nine of Pentacles is suggestive that some of you may very well be on your own now. But also what it can talk about is when it comes to the material aspects of your life, you know, you're okay, you're feeling secure, you're feeling grounded when it comes to your work and your home and all of the material side of life. But it may just be for some of you that what is lacking is maybe that soulmate connection, or having somebody to share things with, and you know, to share the successes that you've achieved in your life, to share the material things with. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, it could be suggesting that there is an earth sign that's going to come forward to you, or that is already in your environment. Capricorn, Virgo, a Taurus. Again, it doesn't have to be. The thing with the Knight of Pentacles, though, is he is the slowest moving knight. He always gets to his destination, but he's very methodical in his approach. And so it may be for some of you that you are taking your time here. The Page of Swords also can sometimes suggest, or can sometimes advise us to question something, to ask questions. It may, as I said, be that there is somebody in your environment, and they may very well be, you know, communicating with you, but you may feel the need to question that communication. But the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, it is about reaching that destination. But with the message with that card is slow and steady wins the race here. So it's not about charging into something. It's about taking your time. For the sign of Cancer, I had to think then, you have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, as I said, these cards can sometimes be a separate message for some of you, or it can go along with the cards from the Gilded Tarot. But this can suggest that for some of you, there may be a relationship that you're in, and it may be that, you know, there isn't enough attraction or chemistry to be able to move this relationship in the way that you want it to go. Now, the three cards you've got is the Page of Cups, you've got the Three of Swords, and you've got the Five of Cups. Now look, with all of these messages, they can always go vice versa. The Page of Cups, yes, it can be a messenger, but it can also be, a heartfelt message. But it can also talk about somebody that is infatuated, that kind of puppy love. Now, the Three of Swords, for me, sometimes it can be about needing to get to the heart of the matter. But also the Three of Swords can talk about sadness and heartbreak. And the Five of Cups is focusing very much on what's been lost here, and not focusing on things that are still good and positive within your life. It can be a card that focuses on regrets. Sometimes it's referred to as that kind of pity card, self-pity card. Sometimes it can be a card about wanting an apology or needing to give an apology to somebody. What I'm kind of feeling more with this particular reading, Cancer, is that for some of you, and as I said, it can go vice versa here, but I think that either you or somebody else is infatuated here. Maybe thought that the feelings or this relationship was the real deal. and that it is possible for some of you that those feelings that you may have not been felt by the other person, or vice versa. And it's suggestive here that there is a need to move on from this. I feel this is something that has already taken place with that Five of Cups. I don't think it's an energy or messages here to suggest this is going to happen on Valentine's Day or next week. I think this is talking about something that has already happened. But you've got to step away now from this Five of Cups energy. As I said, it could be you feeling that heartbreak or going through that sadness, but it could also be talking about the other person. But what I think we're dealing with here is feelings that maybe were very much one-sided. For the sign of Leo, you have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Now, you know, Leo, it may be that for some of you, you have recently met somebody. And if you've been through a difficult time in the past and you've been through some heartbreak, it is difficult to open yourself up to somebody new. Because we have that fear that when we open ourselves up, we are making ourselves vulnerable. We're putting ourselves in a position where we could potentially feel that kind of heartbreak again. But it doesn't mean that that's going to take place. It's more about our fears there. Now, the cards you've got are the Five of Pentacles. You've got the World card, and you've got the Six of Wands. Now, the Five of Pentacles is a card about feeling left out in the cold, kind of being on the outside looking in. But quite often with the Five of Pentacles is it talks more about the fear rather than the reality. It can be about the fear of loss. The World card is about a chapter, a cycle of our life coming to a close and a new door opening, okay? And the Six of Wands is the victory card in the minor arcana. It's about having come through challenges and come out the other side victorious. What I think is going on here, that there is a new cycle starting for you when it comes to your relationships. There's a new door opening here to a potentially new relationship. I think you are feeling vulnerable and you are fearing that it could potentially result in heartbreak and sadness again. But with the victory card there, to me, I think if you open yourself up and you trust that it is safe to love, then you could, as I said, potentially open up a whole new loving relationship for yourself. Don't judge new relationships or new potential partners by what you've already previously experienced. For the sign of Virgo, the card you have is Make the Effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So, you know, for some of you, if it is about making the effort, it is about putting that hard work, time and effort into relationships. You know, relationships don't work on their own. You've got to put effort in. And you know, it's the message at the bottom, you know, this great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So maybe you do feel guided to take certain course of action with somebody. And if you do, then, you know, it could be worth your while here. If you make the effort and give to another person, then you can also get that back. Now, the three cards that you have, you've got the Queen of Cups here. And you've also got the Queen of Wands. And you've got the Nine of Cups. Now look, the way I'm seeing this, I'm not seeing that there's a choice between two people here. What I'm thinking is that either the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Cups is you, and the other is the other person. Now, for some of you, it could be that you are in a relationship with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For some of you, you're in a relationship with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Whomever you're in the relationship with, then I feel that the other one is talking about you. But look, if we're talking about you being this Queen of Cups, then she is ruled by her emotions. She can be easily swayed by her emotions. She's very loving, she's very caring, she's very giving, but she's also very intuitive. The Queen of Wands is somebody that is independent, yes, but also, again, when she loves hard. She gives 150% to her relationships. She's very fiery. She's very passionate. She loves excitement and she loves adventure. There's never a dull moment when there's a Queen of Wands around. So as I said, to me, one of these people, I think, is talking more about your energy and the other is talking about your partner. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. It's often referred to as the yes card, but it is talking about, you know, emotional fulfillment and contentment here. Whomever you're in the relationship with, Virgo, it is about you making the effort here. And as the card said, about taking the steps that you are guided to take here. And with that Queen of Cups, listening to your intuition. So, these are just general readings. Some of the messages may apply to you, some may not. As I said, for some of you, the oracle cards can be a completely independent message from the rest of your reading. But regardless of all the messages, for those that celebrate Valentine's Day, I hope you have a fantastic day celebrating and lots of love. Take care. Bye.